Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at level 50 Shadow Garchomp in the Master League. But before we do, I did catch my shiny Shadow Lugia. After I uploaded, went back out, first raid I did, able to get the shiny. Let's go. Alright, so taking a look at the Shadow Garchomp here, very expensive. It is going to be literally the second or third best dragon type attacker as far as damage is concerned. Absolutely a monster here, and this one does have decent IV, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for it. Now it does show that I need one more power up, but since it is going to be best buddy, we're at level 50, so we did it. I just need one more power up after this. Now you can also go with Fire Blast. That's going to be giving you coverage for fairies, and well, at least Togekiss. Earth Power is going to be Community Day. I'm still contemplating if I want it. It's not a matter of, oh, I don't want to use my Elite Charge TM. I'm just thinking, do I want that or Sand Tomb? We'll go with the Sand Tomb for now. And we're going to be pairing it up with Kyogre, Xerneas, and then Zacian in a minute. And let's have a little fun here and see what we have going on. Do you want to invest in a Shadow Garchomp? Well, if you like to do raids, well, this thing is going to be absolutely amazing to go up against dragons, anything that's weak to ground, and electric for sure. You have a massive resistance being shadow and then taking the 20% more damage, but going up against electric types won't make a difference. You're just going to be absolutely annihilating it. So from that perspective, if you need something that's going to be doing a little bit more damage, say you don't have that many people in your area, absolutely worth the investment. And now's the time to remove frustration so you can have two moves. All right, let's get into this here. Up against Melmetal, leading with Zacian. Looks like Xerneas is already out for the count here. All right, so yes, we are wasting energy by not throwing, but I want them to throw first so I don't debuff myself and I take more damage. They threw the first Rock Slide, which they're going to be getting to the next one, and we can let the next Rock Slide go as well without shielding it up. And go for the next close combat here. See if we can farm them down. I think they might try to, I don't know, they're going to let it go. All right, bringing in Excadrill, which is perfect. We're going to be able to get to the close combat here, still threatening them as we're only lowering our defense. And then we have the Kyogre, and they're swapping, bringing in the Garchomp. Take a look at the damage. Look at that. Look at. We were out there for, it's ×2 speed, so that was about 3 seconds. Yeah, that's pretty intense there. All right, so bringing in Kyogre, we're going to have to just shield this up, even if it's an Iron Head, and take the win here with Kyogre. Always trusty for sure. Was trying to figure out a team that I could put together that was, you know, not going to screw me over when it came down to the algorithm, and this one worked out pretty okay. We lost a lot of points. I'm going to be straight up with you. I lost a lot of points using Shadow Garchomp. And that's okay because, again, I'm going to be using it for raids too. It's not like, oh, what a horrible investment, because now I have Shadow Salamence, Shadow Garchomp. I'm going to be able to do some crazy shadow damage in those raids. But yeah, when it comes down to this Garchomp here, maybe we can try Mud Shot, you know, farm up a lot quicker and throw our charge moves, which are going to be extremely threatening. Therefore, having Earth Power and then Outrage could be a very interesting combination. So I just might have to check that out. I just couldn't resist trying the Shadowed Garchomp damage. It's just incredible. All right, so we have the Zacian back up against Lugia or Rayquaza. They are catching, or they're bringing in, okay, Solgaleo. Okay, we got one of these going on here. So bringing in the Garchomp, we can let this go. Resisting the fire, going for the Psychic Fangs, and then the Sand Tomb, getting a shield out of them, which is going to be the first one here. Again, having Mud Shot just might be the way to go. But again, that Dragon Tail damage is just insane. But it's really not doing me too much help here going up against the Solgaleo. All right, so they're swapping into their Rayquaza to farm me up. And we're going to shield this up. It is going to be a Dragon Ascent. Now we're going to build up a little bit of extra energy here so we can be ready for the Solgaleo. Going for the Play Rough. And going to be able to take the win here. Unless this is an Iron Head, we will barely survive. And we will be able to get to that close combat to take the win up against Solgaleo. All right, let's keep it going here. Now, as far as sweeping is concerned, it can, you know, it can pull off a few things here and there, as we've seen, doing a ton of damage. All right, next battle up against Mewtwo here. And we'll let the first Ice Strike go, and then we'll go for, of course, our Play Rough. Wild Charge, close combat. See, if, you know, it just never really works out for me. Every time I put that moveset on it, I end up going up against things that are just doesn't really matter. So, and I just don't have the TMs anymore. Bringing in Garchomp, we're going to go ahead and farm them down. They have already used the shield, so it's going to be 1-1, but they're going to be retreating and bringing in their Dragonite. Now, I made a massive mistake here going for Outrage. Yeah, that was a stupid move on my end. I could have went for the damn Sand Tomb to lower their defense and done a ton more damage with the Dragon Tail, but I go for the Outrage. I thought they might let it go. I thought they might think I was going for the Sand Tomb, but no. That was the thought process. So we're bringing in Kyogre to farm them down. All right, what should we got? There's 0 shields. We got a decent amount of energy, still in the yellow. All right, sounds good. I wasn't going to immediately throw, and they've got a Tyranitar in the back. If it wasn't something like that, it was going to be a pretty hard battle to win here, but we're looking pretty good, and Kyogre's going to be able to take the win with super effective damage up against that Tyranitar in the back. And next battle, we're going to be seeing a Dialga. This is great. You already know what it is. Now, you can let that first Iron Head go, but I'm not going to do that, and we're just going to go straight for this here. And since I was going to shield it up anyways, might as well just go for the close combat here. And the reason being is because a lot of times people will throw the Iron Head, then they swap and try to snipe me. It's like, oh, okay, or try to catch, or they do a good catch. So we're just going to throw it there and yeah, spare a shield and use that. All right, we have a Genesect. Okay, that X-Scissor was doing a lot more damage than I was expecting. Crazy. I personally have one powered up. I might have to give it a shot again. It is going to be a different one. I think that I couldn't see the pack that it had on it. It looked like it might have been electric or ice. Definitely not fire. All right, so farming us down with their Dialga. Bring it in Garchomp to take them out with one Dragon Tail, and they have a Yveltal in the back. Now, we could have went for the Sand Tomb to lower the defense, but this is how it's going to work here. They're either going to have to shield the Play Rough or the Outrage. Take your pick. Either one's going to KO. Okay, so yeah, exactly. They want to shield up the Play Rough. Naturally, taking us out with Oblivion Wind, bringing in the Garchomp. Outrage is going to KO this here. This does extreme damage as a shadow. It's crazy when we can land it. You've seen the Kyogre in the beginning. All right, next battle. If I sound a little tired, it's because I'm recording this pretty late. All right, I just wanted to get it ready for the morning here. It was a long day. You know, even though you're sitting around, driving around, it kind of gets a little tiring. Okay. Anyways, what do we have going on here? The old fairy fight. All right, so haven't used the shield yet, getting to our Moonblast. More than likely, they'll probably shield this up. All right, never mind. See, it's always opposite. Every time I say it out loud, it's the opposite. It's so crazy. So we're going to bring in our Garchomp to farm that Xerneas down, and they're going to bring in their Dialga, which I kind of feared here. Now, if I had Mudshot, I'd be able to get to that Earth Power a couple of times if I had full health up against Dialga, which would do a lot of damage to them. So I might have to try that out. Mewtwo in the back, immediate swap, bringing in Kyogre, 2 shields left. We're going to go ahead and shield up the first Psy Strike here. And get to that Surf, of course. Now, I do go with Blizzard. Thunder is going to be great. Origin Pulse does work as well, even against dragons that resist it. It still does a ton of damage. I just personally like Blizzard because it will allow me to one-shot things if I need to when the shields are down, more than likely, because, yeah, getting a shield when using a Blizzard hurts a lot. All right, so they're using that shield. Now, I got a little confused. Was I not counting, or are they not at a Draco Meteor here? Probably. I don't know. I would assume they would go for it if they had it, but they go for Iron Head and we take the win. Incredible. All right, sounds good to me. Next battle, what are we going to see here? A Rayquaza, perfect. What are they going to swap into? A Mewtwo, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Kyogre. Now, something that I actually forgot to put up here is going to be my Giratina, which is going to be level 50, a 15-15-13 shiny. And we're going to put that in the team because we kept getting these damn Mewtwo swap-ins. And Kyogre, although it is good to go up against it, it loses. If we... See? Always opposite. Usually they shield up. Typically they would. This is a good situation here, of course. But, man, I can't believe the way this works. Damn, that's insane. Okay, so they have a Ho-Oh in the back, and we swap into their Garchomp, and they see it. They said, don't Don't want any of that, and they back out. Next battle, we have a Metagross. Okay. I mean, we've been getting Rayquazas, we can't complain. So in this situation, what we're going to have to do is build up to 2 close combats, shield this up here, and just be careful for them to not catch. That would be horrible if they bring in like a Mewtwo or a Giratina or something like that, or even a Ho-Oh or Lugia, whatever. Going for the close combat, they are farming and swapping. Well, we bring in our Giratina and they're retreating with energy and bringing in their Haxorus here. Letting that Shadow Ball go. We're going to let this Breaking Swipe go. We do resist the counter. We're going to be able to build up a ton of energy here before we do take them down with Shadow Claw. And we're immediately going for the Ominous Wind. I thought they'd bring in the Metagross, but they're bringing in the Excadrill. So you're going to see this thing switch up here. Different Pokemon when I put the Giratina on the team because of the moves that we do have. You'll see more Metagross starting to show up because of that. All right, and I'm not complaining about it. It did give us a horrible lead though, but interesting. We were getting a bunch of rays, so it's not like, oh, they're hurting us. What really bring the team down was, Garchomp's vulnerability with Dragon Tail sitting out there, just Dragon Tailing Steel. All right, so yeah, I think we definitely need Mud Shot. Okie dokie, and Excadrill is going down by Garchomp right here. Let's go, Sand Tomb for the win. And it does do a decent amount of damage to some steel types, especially if you lower their defense. All right, so amazing lead up against this Shadow Machamp, but we do have a very bold Machamp right here. So this is going to be Earthquake, I would assume, or Earthquake Rocks. That'd be crazy, a freaking Machamp or Earthquake. All right, would that be pretty good? It'd be spicy. All right, so we'll let that first one go. Rock Slide. Okay, this Machamp said, "Bring it on, scrub. I don't care if you're a fairy or if you're a psychic. Okay, I got some for everybody." They bring in Snorlax, shielding it up using their last shield. We bring in our Garchomp here. My processing is a little slow right now, if you can't tell. I'm not doing that intentionally. I'm just kind of like, yeah, that Pokemon. Outrage. That was very satisfying, taking out that Snorlax. Bringing back the Machamp. Not going to shield this up. Definitely not. Thank you, Garchomp. You did what you needed to do for us. Bringing in the Giratina, and they've got a Metagross. As soon as I bring this in here, they kind of stay for a second. Then they realize, you know what? I don't think this is worth it. They back out. We take that win. Next game, like I said, can't complain. Met with the Dragonite Shadow. They're going to be swapping into their Metagross, or Melmetal. Now, I could have went in here with Garchomp, but the thing is, Superpower is still doing a decent amount, and especially as the Shadow, I don't like that damage. So we're just going to go ahead and bring in our Giratina to kind of just absorb everything that they do have, as well as being able to come out of this battle with energy and not having to use a single shield as opposed to Superpower. The Sand Tomb would do a decent amount of damage, but if we had Earth Power, be able to knock them out quick. We don't have that right now. Maybe I might bring it to you in the next video. Garchomp 2.0. All right, so we're able to get to the Shadow Ball. As we said, they're letting it go. Still holding on to both shields. They do have a Groudon in the back. It's my ground type versus your ground type, and I take the win because that Dragon Tail damage is insane. Now, if I had Mud Shot, it would be a different situation. They'd be able to put up a bit of a fight, I would think, because we're not doing as much with the quick move pressure. All right, so there's that Mewtwo swap in. We were just waiting for that for the Giratina because of all these. It's a safe swap. Mewtwo's a pretty good safe swap, but we do have the counter now. Do you believe Ice Beam? Okay, yeah. See, this is. Let me tell you a little something here. Let me show you something. It's not every time, but just pay attention. But if you have 2 dragons on your team, especially if you have a dragon ground like Garchomp, this one, or if you have, I guess, a Zygarde already, you will see Mewtwo with Ice Beam. It especially happens when you have 2 dragons on your team. The Mewtwo's have like a 50% chance to have Ice Beam then, I've noticed. It's the algorithm. It's not a surprise. All right, we're up against the Kyogre here. And they're shielding up the Sand Tomb. Can we get to another one? No. See, that damage is just, ooh, so much. All right, gonna let this Surf go. Things are getting a little bit crazy here. Going for the Play Rough as we do not lower our defense. So we don't want to do that here. Bringing in the Dialga. I mean, you know what? It doesn't really matter if we lowered our defense, because if we let one of these go through anyways, we were screwed. So technically, we could have went for the close combat. Would have that been enough to KO? I don't even remember the health. But nonetheless, Zacian doing its Zacian thing. Just a nasty farming machine with the most disgusting charge moves, close combat, play rough, wild, chargey, serious. Even has Iron Head. I mean, that could even come in handy. All right, so we have a Giratina here. It's not bad. It's a good lead. I mean, the dragon, right? We're fairy. It can put up a fight. This is the dragon that puts up a fight up against other fairies. That and Dialga, I guess. All right, and there's a reason why I haven't best buddy Dialga. It's because deep down inside, I despise it. Because it breaks a lot of the meta. All right, anyway. Shadow Ball going down. 1-to-1 shield. Not particularly the best situation, but whatever. Bringing in our own Giratina to farm them down. And they're bringing in Dragonite. We're going to get off this Shadow Ball here. If they shield this up, it's the last one we need to swap. Okay, swapping into Garchomp. Let's go. Please do not have a fairy. We have to shield this up because it'll essentially KO us. Shadow on shadow crimes going on. All right, they've got a Mewtwo. Now, I cannot get to the Outrage. We don't have a shield, so we're just going to have to lower the defense. I mean, oh, maybe I could have. I don't think so. I wasn't risking it. All right, so we go down, bring it into Giratina here. Hopefully they don't have Shadow Ball. Side Strike, let's go. Can we farm them down? We do. Oh, right, let's go. But check this out. You're going to love this. Shadow Ball the Dragonite here, and they survive with 1 HP. They take the win. Hey, let's go. I'm not even mad. That was just funny. All right, next game, we were met with a Garchomp here, and it's not Shadow. All right, gonna go for the play rough, of course. This one does have Dragon Tail or Mudshot. I couldn't tell. I wasn't paying attention. But they're swapping into their Melmetal, going for the close combat, and then bringing in Giratina to absorb the Rock Slide here, just in time as we lowered our defense. Perfect. All right, so at this point, we could farm down a double Iron Bash. Very, very, very spammy. I think we're going to go for the farm down here. Okay, another one of those. Oh, no, never mind. We're not that brave. I think they would be able to take us out. It's getting a little close. I don't want to be in the red with 2 or 3 HP. I'm good. All right, going for the Shadow Ball here. Garchomp is a Dragon Tail. All right, yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're going to go with the Garchomp, because what we're going to do is farm them down. We just snuck a Dragon Tail through, so they're out of here. Beautiful. They had a lot of energy that they wasted there too. So Lugia in the back, a lot of damage from the Dragon Tail. Going for the Sand Tomb to lower the defense, resisting the quick move on the Zacian though. So we'll use that to our advantage. If they go for an Aero Blast here, I think that will KO. It'll be close. They get just enough. All right, they go for Sky Attack, and we hold our shield too, because again, Garchomp's Outrage is going to be crazy. We're just waiting for that shield. At this point, we could farm them down with a quick move, and that's about a wrap, folks. There is your Garchomp taking the win up against Lugia with that Dragon Tail. Thank you for watching, and take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic! You will see.